Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my NHL 20 franchise mode here in Columbus, Ohio. In this episode, we start the final regular season of this series, and you know what? I never thought I would get to this point. I've never completed 25 years in a franchise mode, ever. I've never, ever gotten to this point. I've gotten 15 years, maybe 20, but I've never come this close. It might be a difficult season. There are a few things I'm a little worried about, but there are a few positives going into this season, and we'll talk about everything. But before I get to that, I want to talk about my next franchise mode. Now, if you haven't already, go back a few videos. It's you'll be able to tell because all my video thumbnails are exactly the same. It's a little out there. It's about my new franchise mode. I guess it's 2-3 videos ago. You'll see it. Just go to my YouTube channel, check it out. It's like 5-6 minutes long. Give it a watch. It's really important, and it's necessary information if you want to know about my next franchise mode, and if you want to have a part in that franchise mode. I'm pretty sure I have the team picked. It's already done and over with. I'm almost done the rosters, but the rosters, that is important. Now, a lot of you are giving me created players, and I am enjoying creating all of them. I'm not even gonna give you a taste, and we're gonna jump in. First video, it's gonna be fan-frickin-tastic. I'm so excited. I am. I'm so excited for this series to be... It's bittersweet. This series has been so awesome. I have a nice little following now, but we're just jumping into a new franchise mode, and I mean, man, another 130 episodes potentially. I'm not sure. Maybe it'll bring us up to the next NHL series. I'm not sure, but I do have something planned for after the next series. Now, there are a few things. I'm getting a little off topic, but I just want to talk about it because this is where I get my my most watch time is in the first few minutes. So just keep listening. Don't worry. I'll get to the regular season. It's going to be fun. Don't worry. I'm sure there'll be lots of screaming, lots of panicking. Okay, but I am dabbling with a few other things at this very moment. There are a few new video games coming out. MLB The Show is coming out soon, and I do potentially want to do a series in that. Like just a side series, maybe every couple of days, maybe one episode a week of that, because my mainstay here on this channel is hockey. Speaking of hockey, I am in the process of starting back up my podcast. Now, I know everybody and their grandma has a podcast in 2020. Everybody. You look left and right, I'm sure they have a podcast. But I love talking about hockey and all that jazz. Not even my favorite team. I can talk about the Habs for hours and how much they disappoint me and how much I love them. But I can talk about hockey for days. It is my passion. It is what I love to talk about. Literally, everybody that... I don't have any friends that are huge into sports. Literally, I don't have many people in my life that are huge into sports, except my dad, maybe. But it's nice sitting down, having my notes out, and just talking about hockey for an hour or over an hour, especially with my mic that I am using. It sounds a lot better, and I think maybe I'll put it on SoundCloud, a video maybe once, or a podcast once a week, but here on my YouTube channel and on SoundCloud. Does that sound good? Maybe iTunes. I'm not sure, but I would love to start that back up. I did do it 2 years ago, and I kind of just got bored with it. Not because I just kind of got lazy, like I usually do, but being this consistent, 140 something days in a row at this point of doing this franchise mode, I think it's just right to branch out a little bit and talk about hockey in general, because I think it could do well on this channel. I know a lot of other NHL YouTubers do that sort of thing. Toogie does it. I love Toogie. Man, Toogie, if you're watching this, I love you so much. Oh my God. Even though you're a Bruins fan, I respect it. Put some respect on his name. But I think I'm done talking about that stuff. You might hear me bring it up a few more times throughout this episode, because I'm not sure how long this episode will be. We gotta savor it a bit, guys. Like, this is it. 82 games, and then 1, 2, 3, or 4 more episodes after that. Or 5, because I think I'm going to do a recap episode. So I'm not sure at this point. We could go out in the first round and that be it. But I want to have a memorable last season. I'm honestly not sure how it's going to go. But I'm so excited for it. I am. I'm going to jump right into it. So the 2043-2044 regular season is upon us. But let's check out our lines. Now, there are a few questionable things. I'm sure you're going to be like, why is he playing there? Why is he not playing what? I have the same feeling, but we are so far into the franchise mode that it's hard to go out and reach out for another top-tier player. We might do that. There is the possibility that we do that, especially since we never ended up signing Lundstrom, and I don't think I plan on doing that unless we make a trade. We trade him alongside, but he has to be signed before December 1st. But we will look into that. There's plenty of time this season to do all that jazz. We can still trade him after December 1st, but nobody can use him. But I don't plan on bringing him back, especially if we need a little bit of cap room to go out and make a move. And there is a huge possibility that happens, especially if this team doesn't click. It does look a lot different than it did last year. I think all around, it looks more solid. It looks, I don't know. It looks more satisfying. You got defensive players playing in more defensive roles. You have the offensive players playing together. Right, and let's start at the top. The man, the myth, the legend, Matthew Savoie taking on the captaincy from Jeffrey Woodworth. Almost, I guess it'd be over a year ago now. Matthew Savoie. $12 million for one more year. This guy is retiring. You know what? He said it in a candid interview that he's retiring at the end of this season, along with the general manager, GM Thumbs. I don't ever refer to myself as that outside of this franchise mode, but you can call me Owen, okay? He's going for, I believe, his 14th straight 100-point season. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14... Wait, what? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, this will be his 14th 100-point season in a row. He's 39. He's going to be 40 before the end of the season. And it's crazy, man. He's stayed at a very high overall and potential for the majority of his career. Guys like Woodworth and Waugh dropped off a bit sooner. I mean, Woodworth still could have played for a year, 2 years before his potential and overall just dropped right underneath him. But Savoie is still the guy. 87 overall, and I think he's going to jump between an 85 and an 88 throughout the season, just because it depends on his performance. And I think he still has the capability of putting up 100 points. MP3 put up 107 last year, led this team in points, which 107 points is one of our lowest totals who led the team in points in a while. I mean, 107 points is nothing to scoff at. 107 points is fantastic. But when you have guys like Savoie and Woodworth going out there and putting up 130 plus every few years, it's hard to be on that same level, but MP3 has been so good for us throughout his career. 90 overall, he's finally taken that step. 91 points 2 years ago. Last year he had 107. He's a perennial 40 goals scorer. The only time he scored less was his first full season. He scored almost 30. And he's just been going up. He's been going up and up and up. He had a few solid years there, but previous 2 seasons he has gone up, and I think he's been in the best position to succeed. Now, hold on, let me is that change it? No, it's okay. I just wanted to see. Yuri Kovalev is an interesting guy. He did not show up in the postseason last year. 4 points in 7 games isn't bad, but I get this guy to score goals. I don't know what it was. First round was iffy for everybody. Every party involved, it was not their series. And sometimes it just happens. Throughout this franchise mode, I've noticed sometimes you're the best and you still can't win. But we won 8 Stanley Cups so far. There's nothing to be mad about. 8 and 24 seasons is pretty solid. We're on pace to tie the Montreal Canadiens in Stanley Cups in about, 100 years. But we could do it. I believe in this team. You know, he's been good for us. In the seasons that we've had him, he's been a goal scorer. He's been a producer all around. 30 goals last year was his lowest in a while. But he went out there and put up 80 points, and that's where I need him to be for us to succeed. That first line should be pretty good. Second line. Bobby Friesen, I moved him back to the center position. Now, there is a debate there. There is a debate to put Mironov there and move Shane Wright down, and I just want to try Shane Wright in a position to succeed. I think we messed up with Curtis Morgan last year. We just went out and we tried something that was out of the ordinary for this team. We usually have our team pretty well set up. We have our first 2 lines, usually the exact same every year, and then we build our depth with really solid depth players, maybe one offensive powerhouse down in the bottom 6. But last year we just kind of threw that out the window, and I'm kind of mad at myself for doing that. But I think this year we rebound. We have guys like Soy, we have guys like Medvedov that I think are going to balance it out. Hugo Bergeron is going to be better this season, I believe. We need him to be better for us. But we do have a very skilled squad. So Bobby Friesen moving back to the center position. I'm expecting a bigger season this year. He had 69 points last year. Nice. I'm expecting bigger things. Marcus Lindstrom, after a fantastic sophomore season, 47 goals, 82 points. I'm expecting bigger things from this guy. He's only going to get better. He's playing lots of power play time. Okay. Shane Wright. The man, the myth, the legend. How many career points does this man have? He has 1,146 goals. He needs 54 this year to get 1,200. I've never seen anybody score that many goals. Let's go back. Let's go all the way back. First season in Edmonton, he had 26. He had 57 points. Meh, not the greatest. 39, 65, 68, 50, 50, 50, 50, 40, 40, 40, 60, 60, 70, 70, 77. He's so dynamic. He's scored 100 points, for a few seasons in a row now. We've faced him in the playoffs before. We know what kind of player he is, and we brought him here into Columbus, just to try it out. And I think at some point during the season, I'm going to try Savoie and Shane Wright together just to see if that works. I mean, we could go with that right now and try it out. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that just to start out the season, see if it works, and then we can go from there. We can always switch him up. But I think Matthew Savoie down there should work. He's getting plenty of time elsewhere. I'm not too worried about that. So the fourth line, let's looky here. Alexander Mironov. It sucks that I can't put him in a better position to succeed. I mean, he's going to be good either way. 24 years of age. He's going to turn 25 here soon. He's good. He scored 28 goals last season, so he's a 30-goal player. That's about his cap, I think. I think he could score more goals if we put him in a better position to succeed. I think that is true. But I think right now our talent level is too good. I think maybe if Savoie drops lower, we can start moving pieces around and see what works. I like Mironov. He's a defensive player. He is a two-way forward. So he can work in that more defensive third-line role and still produce points. Similar to Big Texas. If you don't remember Big Texas, you're going to have to go back a few episodes ago. At least 40 episodes, 50 episodes maybe, just to see Big Texas in his height. If you don't know who I'm referring to, Alexander Texier of the Columbus Blue Jackets. Speaking of Columbus Blue Jackets, if y'all don't know, Elvis Merzlikins for the Columbus Blue Jackets, IRL, 5 shutouts so far in the season, actually leading the NHL. That's crazy. Good for you, Columbus. I'm kind of rooting for you, but I'm also rooting for my team because we're 7 points out of a playoff spot. We can do it still. But I digress. Getting back into the swing of things, the things that are important right now. Mironov, I like it. Hugo Bergeron, we talk about you. You know, you had an iffy season last year, but once we turned the coaching staff around, you put up 41 points. You've done that. You've been a player like that for the majority of your career. 40 points is around your normal. Then you had 60, 50, 70 was your height. You come over here to Columbus in a more defensive role, more third line, bottom six role, not a lot of time. But I think this year you're playing more penalty kill. You should have a decent season. Robinson Soy, 36 years of age, former Columbus Blue Jackets draft pick. We got sick of him real quick. We can go back, and I'll give you plenty of reasons why. Let's go all the way back to about this season. We got him. He was a steal. I'm like, wow, I really like this kid. 3rd overall pick. Awesome. Not a great sophomore season. He picks it up a bit in his 3rd season, but he's more of a two-way power forward kind of guy, so I'm like, okay, he's going to jump here soon. He dips in his 4th season, and I'm like, ugh. He gets worse in his 5th season. We trade him to Vancouver. Okay, he goes back to Vancouver, and I believe we acquired Vancouver's pick, which originally was going to pick Robinson Soy, or Soy, it's Robinson Soy, I don't care. It's all coming back. We're bringing back we're doing this. We're going for it. If there were a few guys out there I'd still go for. Maybe if we see a few guys out there. And it's meant to be. I think Robinson Soy was meant to be to come back here. Having a great season with Elias Pettersson, Vasily Podkolzin. He puts up a few really awesome seasons. He carves out a really decent NHL career after he leaves Columbus, and I'm proud of him for that. 1,400 games. He'll hit 1,500 this year. 1,000 points. He's almost at 1,100. A really solid career for a guy that started out really iffy. And I wonder what he would have turned into if we kept him here. I don't think he would have ever been the player that he turned out to be. You know, he's in the twilight of his career. He's coming back to Columbus with a chance to win a Stanley Cup. He's won a Stanley Cup before in Vancouver, I believe. So good for him. 4th line is looking a little weird. Medvedov is the new 4th line center, 35. He's getting some penalty kill time. I think he needs to be there. We could go out and acquire an 80 overall 4th line center, but I think Medvedov works there right now. If we need to go out and change things, we will, because I need us to succeed. I need to feel like we can succeed. Then you got Grayson Murphy, who was the 4th line center last year, and I think he'll do well this year. Okay, I believe that. Then you have a new guy in Blake Myers. He's a 4th liner, 2-way forward, I believe. You know, you see his stars there, or he looks like a solid player. Physical category isn't bad. Skating's not great. Senses aren't bad. Shooting ain't bad either. Puck skills isn't that bad. And I think he's gonna be solid for us there on the 4th line. Okay, defense. And you're like, why is Luke Wheeler there on the 3rd pairing? And I'm like, okay, guys. Okay, we're playing him on some power play lines. We're playing him everywhere else. Okay, don't get upset. He has not been the best player for us. He has not. He's not turned into that Abel Carlos guy. I hope he doesn't get upset with this kind of ice time. He better not be, because I will trade you out of Columbus for a better defenseman if you don't succeed here. He's playing with Huberdeau. 2nd pairing is Matthias Wiklund and Walker Farmer. Those guys should be pretty solid. Walker Farmer is getting worse. He did dip off a bit there, but he's still really solid defensively. 1st pairing is unchanged for the last 5-6 years. Abel Carlos. It's Abel Carlos. I don't care what you say. And Mikko Jarvinen. 2 fantastic players in the prime, or just they're getting out of the prime of their career. 3rd overall pick, Mikko Jarvinen. 5th overall pick in Abel Carlos. Studs. How many points does Abel Carlos have in his career? 494. He'll hit 500 this year, hopefully before game number 1,000. Good for him. Good for him. Goaltending. Okay, you know what? I did put Bryce Barge out there on the market. I'm like, hey, anybody else want Bryce Barch because he screwed up Game 7? And I have a grudge. I have a little bit of little bit of grudge. So if we start off bad, Bryce Barch, you'll have to face some questioning. 87, you should be a lot better than that. Okay, but if we need to go out and we need to win some games, Vyacheslav Gavanov is gonna be that guy for us. 82 overall. Man, he said he's gonna retire too, but he wants to hit win number 700. Can he do that before game number 1000? Which is so impressive. Do you realize that? That's so incredible. I know there's plenty of goalies out there that have played 1,000. How many goalies out there? Luongo, Patrick Waugh, Martin Brodeur. I can't really recall. Lundqvist, maybe? 1,000 games as a goaltender is so impressive. But almost 700 wins, the most all time. He's a player and a half. I don't think I'll ever have a goalie like him again. I really don't. But if we need a guy to turn to, he's going to be that guy. He's going to be our savior. The scratch players this year, Guénon and Bouchard. I just went with guys, you know what? They have decent star ratings. They're decent overalls if it can jump in anywhere in the lineup. But if it's more severe, we'll look elsewhere. And we'll go to special teams here. Special teams. It is looking a little weird. You're like, why is everybody playing twice now? I wanted, as one last test, I wanted Lindstrom to be playing plenty of time. I want MP3 to be playing plenty of time. I want Savoie and Wright playing together. I want to see if they can become a pairing and a half in potentially both of their last years. 39 years of age. They're both going to be 40 here pretty soon. They're still offensive juggernauts. I mean, Shane Wright put up 100 points last year. Savoie put up 100 points. They should still be pretty solid, okay? Four-man is looking like that. Penalty kill is looking really solid this year. I'm not too sure how they're going to perform, but they should be okay. Three-man is looking like that. What if I put Medvedov right there? No, that'd be a -1. Never mind. Then you got the extra lines. Four-man. 4-on-4 continued. Then you got 3-on-3, which is looking gorgeous, baby. Then you got extra attacker, Lindstrom and Pro Horkin. And then you got the shootout is looking like that. Okay, I'm going to show you the AHL, see you how it's turned out. It's nothing super special. There's nothing to really talk about. It's the last year. Biggest thing I'm going to talk about right now is Melvin Rodriguez and Bure now. Bure we acquired in a trade for, or we traded away Khalil Fallon for cap space. He's the guy right now if we need to flip somebody for an asset, that's what we'll do. Melvin Rodriguez, $2 million in cap space. If we need a player in the NHL to come up and play, he's going to be that guy. But if we need to make a trade and we need cap space, he's also going to be that guy. And there's nothing else really to talk about in the AHL. It looks wonky, and it's going to look wonky. I mean, Brizgalov ain't bad, but if we had a few more years to play, I would be way more into it, okay? That's just the truth. Now, let's look at the captaincy. I mean, obviously, Matthew Savoie is the captain. This is his second year as the captain, obviously. You got the assistant captain in Abel Carlos, and then the A is on MP3 easily. He deserves it. I'm not sure if he had it last year, but he 100% deserves it. Here in the last season, he needs it. Okay, now I do plan on doing a total recap episode. I'm not sure if I'm going to do both these episodes together. There will be a final episode, but I also want to do one full episode just going around the league, checking out every team more in depth, see 25 years later how every team is shaping up. I think I'm going to record it before I finish the playoffs, and then the last round I'll do will be the finale. Okay. So I think it's about time we jump into the regular season. You've been waiting long enough. I'm done talking, and I'm going to talk some more. So, you know what? Just because I'm feeling a little special, let's simulate the first game of the season. You know how I believe in voodoo. I hate slow simming the first game or any games of the season just because it's voodoo and you never win them. So maybe we can have a little bit of luck to start the season here. Now, I didn't forget to turn on auto-rotate goalies. So don't worry, Matthew Savoie got hurt there. You better not get hurt, man. We need you at your best. So we stroll through preseason, pretty easy. Nothing too important there. I never really cared about preseason. Okay. So the first game of the season, the team that eliminated us in game number 7 of the first round, the Carolina Hurricanes. Can we get a little bit of revenge? Can we get it done? Game number 1 of 82, our last 82. Let's see how it goes. First period. 0-0. Shots are in our favor. Low scoring affair. I mean, obviously 0-0. Not a lot of shots, too. Second period. 2-1 in our favor. Mironov scores early, the first goal of our last season. McKinley ties it up. But Robinson Soy, welcome back to Columbus, baby. Short-handed goal. I think I'm gonna slow sim more games in the next series. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I need to do that. I think I do. Maybe add a little bit more flair. Special games here and there. Okay. Short-handed goal in his first game back in a Blue Jacket sweater. Let's see if we can close game number 1 out on home ice. Here, do it for the fans. Get a little bit of revenge. Half the period remaining. Power play for Carolina. Power play for Columbus. Shane Wright, welcome to Columbus. A power play goal, making it 3-1. Yeah, baby, power play. And we finished game number 1 out strong. A short-handed goal, an even strength goal, and a power play goal. 2 of them newcomers. Or newcomers. I mean, Shane Wright's the only actual, newcomer. You know what I mean. Okay? Game number 1 victory. We start out the season strong against Carolina. So let's simulate the first month of play. Let's see if we start out more solid than we did last year. Last year, we started under a 500 pace. And it took a while to get above 500 and compete for a playoff spot. So currently 2-0-1. Come on, Tampa Bay. There we go. Starting off the season a little strong. I don't want to say anything. I just want to get through the first month and then dissect it. Okay. I wonder how our guys are doing. Don't care about the draft class. I'm sorry. Minnesota, potentially the next franchise mode team. I'm not sure. Hey, I'm not sure. 7-0-1. I don't want to say anything. Mironov wants to talk. Dude, we're playing so well. You need to be a part of that. I'm going to persuade you. I'm going to disagree. I don't care. I'll do what I want. You're going to play for this team and you're going to enjoy it. Okay? Buffalo. That's what I'm talking about. Detroit, the dumpster fire. 5-2 victory. End off the month strong. Come on. Who are you? Hunter Brennan. 78 overall. I don't really want you. Come on. We almost went the entire month without a regulation loss. They're 11-1-0. Okay, 9-1-1 through our first 11 is so strong. Who leads the team in points? Yuri Kovalev. I did notice it wasn't the highest scoring month for this team. But that is understandable. We're getting used to it. All of our guys are getting used to new faces, new places. But let's talk about it. Let's dissect this a bit. Yuri Kovalev, 12 goals. Excuse me. Oh, are you contending for that Rocket Trophy? That would be sick. Ooh, yeah, baby. Yuri freaking Kovalev. 12 goals through 11 games, 16 points. You have been our MVP so far. I'm not sure how the goalie's doing. That is something. I think our goalie's doing well. I'm not sure, but I will check that. MP3 has been good as well. Definitely deserving of that A. Bobby Friesen has been that playmaker. I'm not going to lie. Matthew Savoie, 12 points. Going for, what's the biggest milestone he could get this year? He just hit 2,200 points. I believe Jeffrey finished with 2268, 2265, something like that. He's going to pass him in goals. He might pass him in points, which is just nuts. Or did Jeffrey finish with 23? I think Jeffrey finished with 2,300. Somebody go back and check that. But Matthew Savoie is so impressive, no doubt about it. Marcus Lindstrom, 9 points, not bad, 6 goals. He's on pace for a pretty good season. Alexander Mironov, 9 points, ain't too shabby. Shane Wright, also 9 points, doing exactly what we need him to do. That is big. Robinson Soy, 6 points. Not bad in his return to Columbus. Hugo Bergeron, also not too shabby. Grayson, and then our depth just kind of drops off there. They're not the best. The fourth line is the most iffy thing at this point, but our coach isn't playing them as much, so that's understandable. No goals from the fourth line, though, which is not great. Okay, defense, how's it looking so far? Abel freaking Carlos, 6 points through 11 games, 11 or plus 11. Holy crap. Luke Wheeler with 5 points. He's contending for that top spot on the D-men, or the D-core. Yeah, that's what I meant. Good. So we play him less, and he scores more. Explain yourself, game. Explain yourself. Walker Farmer, 3 points. Vicklin with 2 goals. Plus 1. 10 penalty minutes. Not the greatest. Mikko Jarvinen plus 11, and he has 2 points. Huberdeau has 1 point, plus 5. So our D-core ain't doing too shabby so far. They're not doing too bad. Goaltending. Oh, wow. So Bryce Barch has something to prove. I know we're 11 games through the season. He's 7-1-1. He has both our losses. Vyacheslav Kavanov is currently undefeated. Oh my god, he hit 700. I mean, we missed that, but I cared more about him breaking Martin Brodeur's record. So 700. I wonder how much he'll finish with, but 7-1-1, 951, 136. I doubt that'll stay like that throughout the rest of the season, but a terrible Game 7 performance. He's coming to prove himself here in Columbus. Okay, let's go through 2 months, and then we'll cut it, check out the entire league stats, go from there, because next episode, we'll do the rest of the season. Obviously, you get it. You know the whole shebang, okay? So, great month. I'm not sure how that will translate over here into November, but let's go. Okay, LA. Oh, a Western road trip here. LA. No, I don't want to trade a third-round pick for a nobody. Regulation win, regulation loss. St. Louis, come on. Shootout win, 7-6 over the Blues. I will take it. Let's beat the rivals in Washington. Come on. A big W. Rangers. Oh, another one. Yes, please, St. Louis. Come on. Regulation loss, but a few big wins there against some rivals. 8-3 victory over the Panthers. Carolina, come on. Stomp them. Mikko Jarvinen, no. That is rough. Until the 27th. I'm going to go with that new guy. Head coach replaces player. Carolina 6-3 victory. Toronto 4-3 shootout loss. Another game against Toronto. Let's see if we can pick it up here. December 1st deadline is coming. Okay. I don't really care at this very second. I will cut it there at December 30th. Wait, November 30th, sorry. you know what I mean. Good. Oh, damn it. The guy that we put in for edit lines, I guess. Well, okay. Let's go to roster moves. I know. Let's go to roster moves. Let's pull somebody from the AHL. Who's in the AHL that wants to come up? And you, sir, Foss. You want to come up? Yes, I like that idea very much. Good idea. Good idea. Now let's throw you somewhere. Nope. What am I even doing? Nope. I gotta... my brain is currently... Oh my gosh, my brain. Woo, that was difficult. Okay, so you're gonna go there. That works for me. Sure. For a little bit. Sure. Back to edit lines. AHL, I do not care. Okay? Even though they're a +3. Toronto, can we get that W? We do! 2 straight. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm freaking talking about. Guy Bouchard is back. How did he do in those games there? Even though we got hurt. How did you do, bud? How did you do? 1 point in 2 games. We'll keep you out. Detroit, the dumpster fire. Shootout win. I don't think we've ever lost against Detroit in the regular season. I swear to God, we've never lost against them. Like, legit. Mikko Jarvinen is fully healed and ready to come back. Thank the Lord Jesus Christ himself. Foss. It's been nice knowing you. Mikko Jarvinen, welcome back to the club. Don't get injured again. I don't appreciate that. Let's finish this month out strong. Corey Peterson is hurt in the AHL. I don't care. I'm sorry about that. I don't care. Winnipeg Islanders. Big shootout victory. A lot of shootout wins this year, but I'll take it. Islanders, regulation loss, and that ends the month of November. 19-4-2, which is a lot stronger than last year. We look to be leading the Metro Division by 8 points. 36 points for MP3. Let's check it out. Let's see how we're doing. 7-2-1 in our last 10. I do want to see who's leading the league in victories. I believe it's probably San Jose is so good. A game at hand on San Jose, and they have 4 more points. Okay. Power play is worse than previous years, but our penalty kill is fantastic. So I think our goaltending is doing pretty good. I think it dipped down, obviously, but I think overall we're... Oh my God! 23 goals for Yuri Kovalev? Holy Jesus! I think Bobby Friesen is passing the puck a lot this year. That is what I like to see. Thank you for actually passing the puck, Bobby. That is huge. You're on pace for your best season yet. At the age of 24, it's about damn time, man. It's about damn time. MP3, you beautiful bastard, you. 36 points. You're on pace for a better season than last year, if I'm not mistaken. 13 goals through 25 games. Yeah, you're having a pretty damn good season. Passing the puck a lot, too. 23 assists for MP3 and 23 goals for Yuri Kovalev. 103 shots already, definitely leading the team in that category. He's been good. He has been good. And I questioned him. I'm like, he's been passing the puck too much. He's not scoring. 23 goals. Yeah, I'm put in my place, okay? Bobby Friesen, 29 points is damn good. Matthew Savoie, 24 points in 25 games. He's not on pace for his 100-point season. He's at 2,215 points. 963 goals. What a beautiful bastard he is. I don't think he's ever scored less than 30, though. I mean, first NHL... Okay, so he has... he scored less than 30 once. 18 goals in his first season, which was bad with Detroit, but Detroit is a dumpster fire, so don't worry about it, Matthew Savoie. We don't like to remember those times. Alexander Mironov with 21 points, also not too shabby. Shane Wright, 20 points, doing exactly what he needs to do. 8 goals, not too shabby. Especially going to the playoffs, we're going to need a guy like him who knows how to bury the puck in the postseason, because he scares me a lot, okay? 1,154 goals. He just, in his last game, he hit 2,300 points. What a damn fine career for this man. Marcus Lindstrom, God, not having the best season. 17 points, that is definitely something to keep in mind. So he's not having a great season, but we are winning games. Robin Soy, 15 points. That's over what I expect for him to have. Hugo Bergeron, 12 points, also not too shabby. Murphy, 11. Myers, 7. So our fourth line got better. They definitely got better. Medvedov without a goal, which sucks. I don't like seeing that. He's a sniper? Huh. Okay, that's something to also keep in mind. Okay, defense. Has it gotten any better? Has it gotten any worse? 17 points for Abel Carlos. Beauty. 18, plus 18 actually. 10 penalty minutes. Ain't too bad. 8 points for Luke Wheeler. So he dipped off there, but he hasn't turned out to be that player yet. Mikko Jarvinen, like a two-way defenseman, who is more of a defensive defenseman, putting up 8 points. Dude, you're an offensive defenseman. You're supposed to be that dynamic person. You gotta play better than that. Walker Farmer, 7 points, ain't too shabby. Matthijs Vikland, 6 points. Huberdeau with 3. And then our throwing guys weren't too bad. Goaltending. You know what? Bryce Barch and Kavanagh. I mean, Kavanov's basically the same. And he's 4-0. So what a stud. He's up to an 83. Bryce Barch, 15-4-2 through 22 games. He has been pretty good. 9-15 is where I need him to be for us to compete throughout the season and into the playoffs. Okay? Now, I do want to check who is leading the entire NHL in points the last season. The last season we get to check these stats. Okay, guys? Camden Tennell. MP3, can you go for that Art Ross, man? You just need to have 1 or 2 good games in a row and you'll run away with it. Can you do it? I don't know. Who's leading in goals? It looks to be Yuri frickin' Kovalev. 4 goals ahead of Charlie Grummet Morris. What a goddamn name. Oh my God, Chicago. Oh, your parents really just decided Charlie Grummet Morse. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Defense, who's leading there? Looks to be Germain for Arizona. Mancari is... Nah, it's Mancari. Going for it's like, what, 4th straight Norris? What a damn good defenseman. Goaltending, that's a real question. Sakic is leading in wins, but Bryce Barch is... Oh, it's a 3-way tie, actually. But it's probably Sakic right now with the 918. And a better goals against. Okay, put me in my place. Rookie skaters looking like Jonathan Parks of Le Montreal Canadiens. Okay, so it has been a pretty damn good start to the season. Now, if you have any suggestions going into the last trade deadline, I'm not sure if I plan on making any trades, but obviously I will look around the league. I'll do all that jazz. Don't worry. Not a lot of episodes left of this franchise mode, so let's enjoy it. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this one, please leave a like, leave a comment, share with people who you think may enjoy this sort of thing.